So this is video numero dos of the day. And I have not changed my clothes or done my hair or showered. We're just going to get right into it. I don't have a second team to talk about, so I'm just going to pull up a team generator and we're going to have a wheel pick what team I'm talking. We're gonna have a wheel do my job. Ooh, the Memphis Grizzlies. I think I can do 10 minutes. I think we can do 10 minutes on Memphis. Hang on. Actually, we're doing Memphis. Morant in the building. Stop playing. Okay, if I'm doing 10 minutes on Memphis, what's there to talk about? So Ja's suspended for like half the season. Desmond Bane got a bag. Derrick Rose is back in Memphis. That's super cool. Dylan Brooks is out of Memphis. That's super cool. Oh God, they got Josh Christopher. So the Memphis Grizzlies are going to be really interesting to start this year. Because they don't have their superstar or their backup point guard because they traded Tyus Jones. What did they get in the Tyus Jones trade? They got like second round picks or something. Oh, they got Marcus. Oh, they have Marcus Smart. I forgot about Marcus Smart. Okay, so the Memphis Grizzlies have Marcus Smart. That's super sick. Who's like. There was this graphic I saw. By the way, there's a 35-pound kettlebell right here. If you hear any thumping or anything, that's my feet who have ADHD playing with the 35-pound kettlebell. But anyway, Marcus Smart is like, I saw this graphic, he's like got striking similarities to Tony Allen. Like obviously, you know, like the hustle thing, like the all defensive teams, but like he went from Boston to Memphis in a trade. They both went to Oklahoma State. I think it was around like the same age. It's weird. But basically, he's like their modern Tony Allen, and he's gonna be their replacement point guard. So I think they're actually going to be fine for the first 25 games because Desmond Bane is like a borderline all-star. Jaren Jackson's the best defensive player in the NBA, arguably. He's a monster, and when you kind of give the other players on this team shot attempts, they do pretty well. They're fairly deep. They've got a lot of young guys, a lot of like flyers, kind of like guys that they can just roll the dice on. Zaire Williams isn't really a part of this thing yet, but if he can be, then that's great. He's long, he's athletic, he can shoot a little bit. They have like Jake LaRavia and David Roddy. Like they have a lot of assets that they can kind of invest their time in for those first 25 games, kind of see where they're at. I actually think this Ja suspension is almost like a blessing because it feels like this Memphis rebuild was moving so quickly because they were so super bad, and then they got Jaren Jackson, then they were bad again, then they got Ja, and it's kind of like this team's suddenly just good now, and like everything's kind of fine, and now they're the 2 seed. So next year they're gonna be a little bit worse. They'll probably still be a playoff team. But it'll basically just be for those first. Sorry, there's a fire alarm in the background. I don't think you guys can hear it now because it went off. But anyway, so yeah, so it's gonna be. They're gonna be able to experiment with a lot of these new young guys. Not new, but like a lot of these young guys that haven't gotten like ball handling opportunity might get it in these first 25 games. They're going to be able to implement Marcus Smart. I think this team, like when the dust settles like a year from now, is going to be a lot better off. They have like an actual veteran leader because they didn't really have that before. They had like Steven Adams. They still have Steven Adams. They have like Tyus Jones is pretty good. They didn't really have a ton of vets though. So I think having that steady presence to kind of set the table for the rest of these guys with Marcus Smart's going to be, it's going to be pretty crucial to the next step for this team, which is like genuine contention, not just like hang around the edges, because that's the ceiling of this team right now. They have an elite all-star caliber defensive center. Well, like forward, center positions don't exist anymore. They have a superstar point guard, and they have like an elite 3 and D wing. Desmond Bane's a pretty good defender, very very good 3-point shooter. And then they have guys around the edges who I guess are all kind of wait and see guys. We've already kind of touched on that. So I think Marcus Smart is kind of the next step, like kind of to bridge the gap for this team. I don't think he's going to be there forever. I do think I think Marcus Smart will go back to Boston eventually. I genuinely believe that. But I think for now, I think he's a fantastic fit for them, especially since he's just better than Tyus Jones. It did also cost them 2 first-round picks, I think, to get him. But honestly, I don't even necessarily think that's that bad. Because they have plenty of young assets. Like, the last thing the Memphis Grizzlies need tomorrow is more first-round picks, especially when next year's draft isn't supposed to be that good anyway. I think they traded their pick this year as well, though, so it's a little shaky. But it is what it is, right? You gotta you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. And I think there's going to be an avenue for Memphis to kind of build a perennial contender from here, because I think once Ja kind of gets his head right, I think this team is this team is so fun. The NBA fans love the Memphis Grizzlies when they're good, because these guys are so exciting. They're other than Dylan Brooks, who's in Houston now, all these guys are so likable. They're so endearing. Desmond Bane was the 30th pick in the draft. Jaren Jackson's just this big, lengthy guy. He blocks shots at a ridiculous rate. He's so entertaining to watch. His game is so unique and fantastic. He's an alien. And then Ja's ridiculously athletic and a fantastic passer on occasion. He makes just highlight reel plays over and over again. So I think when this Memphis team kind of settles, I think they're winning. I think they're really winning. Maybe I'll title this video something like that. The Memphis Grizzlies are winning. What am I gonna title this video? I don't know. Marcus Smart is the answer. That's your title.